manufacturing, making goods in factories, production, creating products or materials, fabrication, building something from parts, assembly, putting parts together, machining, shaping material with tools, molding, forming material in a mold, casting, pouring material into a mold, forging, shaping metal with heat and force, stamping, pressing shapes into material, welding, joining metal with heat, soldering, joining parts with melted metal, cutting, dividing material with a tool, drilling, making holes with a drill, milling, cutting material with a rotating tool, grinding, smoothing or shaping by rubbing, polishing, making a surface smooth and shiny, coating, covering a surface with a layer, plating, covering metal with a thin metal layer, curing, hardening material by heat or time, extrusion, pushing material through a shaped opening, laminating, joining layers together, packaging, wrapping products for storage or sale, labeling, adding names or information to products, palletizing, stacking goods on a pallet, factory, a building where goods are made, plant, a large place for making goods, facility, a place built for a special job, workshop, a room or place for making things, warehouse, a building for storing goods, floor, the main work area in a factory, line, a row of machines or workers, cell, a small work unit for one process, workstation, a place where one task is done, bay, a marked space for work or storage, area, a part of a factory for a job, zone, a separated space for a purpose, site, a place where work happens, layout, the plan of where things are placed, aisle, a path between rows or shelves, dock, a place for loading goods, depot, a place for storing or sending goods, silo, a tall container for bulk materials, cleanroom, a very clean room for special work, laboratory, a room for tests and experiments, control room, a room for watching and controlling machines, canteen, a place where workers eat, locker, a small cabinet for personal items, checkpoint, a place where people or goods are checked, machinery, machines used for work, machine, a powered tool that does work, equipment, tools or machines needed for a job, apparatus, a set of tools for a special task, device, a small tool or machine, tool, an object used to do work, fixture, a holder that keeps parts in place, jig, a guide for tools or parts, die, a tool that cuts or shapes material, mold, a container that shapes material, press, a machine that pushes with force, lathe, a machine that spins material to shape it, mill, a machine for cutting or crushing material, grinder, a machine for smoothing or sharpening, cutter, a tool or machine that cuts material, drill, a tool for making holes, conveyor, a moving belt that carries goods, crane, a machine that lifts heavy things, hoist, a machine for lifting heavy things, forklift, A vehicle that lifts and moves goods. Pump. A machine that moves liquid or gas. Compressor. A machine that squeezes air or gas. Valve. A part that controls flow. Actuator. A part that makes something move. Material. What something is made from. Metal. A hard, shiny material. Alloy. A mix of metals. Steel. A strong metal made from iron. Aluminum. A light, silver-colored metal. Copper. A reddish-brown metal. Plastic. A light material that can be shaped. Polymer. A material made of long molecules. Resin. A sticky material that can harden. Rubber. A stretchy material. Ceramic. A hard material made by heating clay. Composite. A material made from mixed parts. Glass. A hard, clear material. Textile. Cloth or woven material. Fiber. A thin thread-like material. Lubricant. A substance that reduces rubbing. Adhesive. A substance used for sticking. Solvent. A liquid that dissolves other materials. Component. One piece of a product. Part. A single piece used in something. Module. A unit that works as part of a system. Assembly. Parts put together as one unit. Subassembly. A smaller assembly inside a product. Fastener. A piece used to hold parts together. Quality. How good a product is. Inspection. Checking a product carefully. Testing. Trying something to see if it works. Verification. Checking that something is correct. Validation. Checking that something meets needs. Measurement. Finding the size, amount, or value. Calibration. Adjusting a tool to measure correctly. Tolerance. The allowed amount of difference. Specification. A detailed rule for how something should be. Standard. An agreed level or rule to follow. Criterion. One rule used to judge something. Compliance. Following rules or requirements. Conformity. Matching rules or standards. Defect. A problem in a product. Flaw. A small mistake or weakness. Deviation. A change from the expected result. Variance. A difference from the usual amount. Nonconformity. Not matching rules or standards. Rework. Fixing a product to meet rules. Scrap. Waste material or rejected parts. Yield. The amount of good products made. Reliability. How often something works well. Durability. How long something lasts. Traceability. The ability to track a product. Supply. Materials or goods available to use. Supplier. A person or company that provides goods. Vendor. A seller of goods or services. Procurement. Getting goods or services for work. Sourcing. Finding where to get goods. Purchasing. Buying goods or services. Inventory. Goods or materials kept for use. Stock. Goods kept and ready to use or sell. Warehouse. A building for storing goods. Storage. Keeping goods in a safe place. Shipment. Goods sent from one place to another. Freight. Goods carried by truck, ship, train, or plane. Cargo. Goods carried by transport. Logistics. Planning how goods move and are stored. Distribution. Sending goods to different places. Fulfillment. Preparing and sending customer orders. Delivery. Bringing goods to the final place. Lead time. The time from order to delivery. Backlog. Work or orders waiting to be done. Allocation. Giving resources to a certain use. Replenishment. Refilling supplies or stock. Shortage. Not enough supply to meet need. Surplus. More supply than needed. Consignment. Goods sent to be sold or stored. Backlog. Work or orders waiting to be done. Allocation. Giving resources to a certain use. Replenishment. Refilling supplies or stock. Shortage. Not enough supply to meet need. Surplus. More supply than needed. Consignment. Goods sent to be sold or stored. Controller. A device that controls a machine. Interface. A screen or tool for using a system. Dashboard. A screen that shows key information. Telemetry. Data sent from machines or sensors. Monitoring. Watching a process or machine. Analytics. Studying data to find useful patterns. Algorithm. A set of steps for solving a problem. Simulation. A model used to test or study something. Virtualization. Making a digital version of a system. Digitization. Changing information into digital form. Connectivity. The ability of systems to connect. Integration. Joining parts or systems to work together. Interoperability. The ability of systems to work together. Database. A place where digital data is stored. Platform. A system used to build or run services. Cybersecurity. Protecting computers and data from attacks. Firmware. Built-in software that controls a device. Software. Programs that tell computers what to do. Maintenance. Keeping machines in good condition. Repair. Fixing something that is broken. Overhaul. Checking and fixing a machine fully. Servicing. Regular care for a machine. Troubleshooting. Finding and fixing problems. Diagnosis. Finding the cause of a problem. Failure. When something stops working. Malfunction. When a machine works incorrectly. Breakdown. A sudden stop because of a problem. Downtime. Time when a machine is not working. Uptime. Time when a machine is working. Reliability. How often something works well. Availability. How often a machine is ready to use. Maintainability. How easy something is to fix or service. Redundancy. Extra parts that help prevent failure. Life cycle. The full life of a product or machine. Replacement. A new part used instead of an old one. Spare. An extra part kept for future use. Bearing. A part that helps things turn smoothly. Gasket. A flat seal between two surfaces. Seal. A part that stops leaks. Lubricant. A substance that reduces rubbing. Corrosion. Damage caused by rust or chemicals. Fatigue. Weakness from repeated stress. Safety. Being protected from harm. Hazard. Something that can cause harm. Risk. The chance of harm happening. Incident. An unexpected event that may cause harm. Accident. An event that causes damage or harm. Injury. Harm or damage to a person's body. Exposure. Contact with something harmful. Prevention. Actions that stop harm before it happens. Protection. Keeping people or things safe. Precaution. A careful step to avoid danger. Guard. A cover that blocks danger. Respirator. A mask that helps protect breathing. Contamination. Harmful dirt or material in something. Regulation. An official rule to follow. Compliance. Following rules or requirements. Audit. A careful check of records or work. Certification. Proof that standards are met. Sustainability. Using resources without causing long-term harm. Lean. Reducing waste while making value. Kaizen. Small, continuous improvements. Kanban. A visual system for managing work. Throughput. The amount produced in a time period. Productivity. How much work is done efficiently. Efficiency. Doing work with less waste. Utilization. How much a resource is used. Capacity. The maximum amount something can make or hold. Constraint. A limit that slows or controls work. Bottleneck. A slow point that limits the whole process. Waste. Unwanted material, time or effort. Variance. A difference from the expected amount. Optimization. Making a process work as well as possible. Standardization. Making things follow the same rules. Scalability. The ability to grow or handle more work. Throughput. The amount produced in a time period. Costing. Calculating how much something costs. Overhead. General costs needed to run a business. Margin. The difference between cost and selling price. Depreciation. Loss of value over time. Budget. A plan for spending money. Forecast. A prediction of future results. Benchmark. A standard used for comparison. Profitability. The ability to make profit. Ventilation. Moving fresh air through a space. Ergonomics. Designing work to fit people safely. Sanitation. Keeping places clean and healthy. Emission. Gas or particles released into the air. Waste. Unwanted material left after work. Effluent. Liquid waste flowing out from a process.